All right, welcome to Against the Odds, part of the Extra Points Podcast Network. Cousin Sal coming to you on a Thursday night. I'm going to be honest, it's Thursday night, not Friday morning. Eddie Spaghetti, Mikey Meatballs fiddling with the knob, Scott the Grizz Holmes producing this mess from his car, and joining me as always, my wizards of wagering, my gurus of gambling, my barons of betting, my overlords of the odds, the degenerate trifecta Harry, Brother Bri, Darren, the Parlay Kid. What's happening, fellas?
What's going on, Sal?
What's up? What's up?
What's going on, buddy?
We are back. Like I said, Thursday night, we waited for the hockey game, game 5 to end. Tampa Bay, New York Rangers. We went out to a bar, Spaghetti, Meatballs, Scott Holmes. Harry was there. Ken, my two of my sons, Jack and Harrison, made the trip. Oh, it was very exciting, Spaghetti. We all had the Rangers. Rangers got on board early. Then it was 1-1. And then, as we often see, so often, I don't want to say they dominated from 10 minutes to 3 minutes left, but they had the most scoring chances, probably the only scoring chances. And then Spaghetti, 2-1, 3-1 final. You lose. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, I felt it. I mean, I knew this was coming. I have weird premonitions. I had no juice to this game.
He did say 3-1. It was like the middle of the second period. He's like, 3-1 final, Tampa. Great.
Yeah, I just felt deflated. Something that didn't come over me during the Pittsburgh or the Hurricane series, and it came over on this one. And I don't know, the obviously the Strome missed goal at the end. It's going to be, that image is going to be thrown around forever. And I'm not somebody who takes solace and just like, yeah, they're ahead of schedule and this team will be around. It's like, again, like the window is never guaranteed. You have to strike when you're around, and they're up 2 games. They're up 2 goals in game 3. They were up a goal in this game. They're not playing great hockey, but honestly, neither was Tampa in this game. It's just brutal. And then the cherry on top of all this too is like a missed hit by Jacob Trouba. And you have like the Pittsburgh media who's like, I've never seen a more entitled group in my life that just like they think they deserve to be there.
Why are we still talking about
because
Pittsburgh?
They're talking about it. I'm not talking about it. They're bringing it up. You have Dave and everyone else under the sun, like I'm part of this Pittsburgh group who's just like they're in their houses crying over a hit that did not happen in a contact sport. And it's just like that's just the last thing I needed. But on the positive side, it was great to hang out with the EP gang and
we had a good time.
Everyone.
Yeah. Good time.
Ken paid the bill. We were happy. Yeah. Parlay Kid, you'd be, it's really weird. It's weird watching a game with Spaghetti, because you do feel for him and you feel for anyone like within arm's length that really could get slugged in the jaw, whether it's a waiter or some woman just there with her husband. But I'll say this, Spaghetti, the one thing you did that I was surprised by when they went up 2-1, and it was minute 50 left. I don't know, about 2 minutes left. He didn't look up from his phone the rest of the time there. I don't know if it's like texting. He's like, I think he's like, if you don't see the ending, it didn't happen kind of thing. What kind of, that's an interesting strategy, I have to say, Spaghetti. Were you just too upset to look up?
Well, partially that, partially just to see what, those in the arena are saying, like the beat writers who I follow, just to see what happened on that play. To see what my friends, I have a lot of Ranger friends that were texting what they're saying. And I just wanted to, get caught up in it and just more of just like, I just wanted to remove myself from that moment.
He's fighting with Penguins fans the last 2 minutes. Didn't even get to see it. I mean, I can tell you now the Rangers won. You wouldn't even know.
Yeah. It's just, it's not a good scenario to be in. And I'm not a fan of watching important games out in public, but this was worst case scenario when it happened.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry about that. Listen, make yourself feel good. Go to extrapoints.com/arcade. Get yourself a gold hat. Do you have one, Spaghetti? You don't have one, do you yet?
I don't. I'm in the same. Yeah, Meatballs is showing off now with this brand new one. But I think me and brother, me and Bri, the two last remaining. We'll get one eventually.
Yep.
All right. So do that. The two of you go there. Extrapoints.com/arcade. You could answer questions like I don't even know what's on there, Harry. Aisha Curry and what she's going to do with how many posts she's going to make on Father's Day on behalf, how many pictures she's going to post on behalf of Steph. I know there's Jim Tan laundry questions. There's all sorts of stuff for Jersey Shore. There's a question.
The tiebreaker.
There's a tiebreaker that Megan Moran got very upset about. She said I was body shaming you. And I actually didn't even come up with this, but the tiebreaker is as we enter bikini season, what will Harry weigh on June 30th? I put 277, Harry. What do you weigh now?
give or take 200. Give or take.
Give or take 200 pounds? Is that 277?
Give or take 200, 275, give or take.
So we could be talking 450 here. Wow. All right.
This angle Harry has very flattering right now.
Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah.
It's not great.
Harry's in my basement. Oh, since when does Harry
Body shaming. Come on, Megan. Come on.
That's better.
Harry's body is already ashamed of itself.
Somebody's got to protect. Somebody's got to save me. Now it's been Megan lately. It's been great.
I told her I'm trying to inspire him. I don't understand what the problem is.
I'm sitting like this now. That's good.
All right. So listen, we're doing this Thursday night. You're going to listen to this Friday morning, if at all. Celtics -4, 214 against the Warriors. We got now a gimpy Steph Curry. First of all, Parlay Kid, how much are you buying into this Steph Curry thing? I will say he doesn't play 42 minutes, so it might just be something they put out there, but he doesn't play the full boat. He's definitely hurting a little bit, right?
Yeah, I think him and Tatum are both banged up, but it should be par for the course by the time you get to game 4 here in the finals. These guys should be banged up. They should be a little hurt. If you look at a lot of the players on the floor right now, Williams on the Celtics, I think we make a comment on a text chain like every time. Like Williams can barely walk right now, right? But we're constantly saying stuff like that. So Curry will be fine. He's not 100%, but I guess as long as his right wrist is healthy and his right arm is healthy, the guy can still shoot the ball lights out. So.
Yeah, he sure can. But I just not going to get like 42, 44 out of 40 minutes out of him. But anyway, we'll recap the game 3. Celtics won 116-100. We lost our race to 10. What was it? 10-2. We had the Warriors. They went up 2-0. Was it Wiggins at the opening shot and then 10-0 run for Boston?
Yeah.
Oh, geez. Well,
that the race to 10 used to be the highlight of my week, and now I absolutely can't stand it. I can't stand it.
I know it sucks.
It's like miserable.
We just wait to lose. We wait to lose. But
it's so bad.
If you play the Sal Special -9.5 both ways, you do well. You cleared 160, cleared plus 160 between taking -9.5 for the Warriors and -9.5 for the Celtics. That's the only way to go. I don't know what to say about the last game. The Warriors fought back to 12. Steph went crazy, lost his mind in the third quarter. They actually took the lead, right?
Yeah.
Golden State. And then they scored 11, Harry, in the fourth quarter. And that was that 16-point win.
Some of these quarters are just so bad for them. So bad. But again, like Parlay Kid just mentioned, though, Robert Williams, he looked pretty good last game. 4 more blocks. He's got 14 in his last 4 games against Golden State. He's going up against Draymond 6'6", Wiggins at 6'7". He's dominating inside when he's healthy. He's helping, not allowing any points inside. Wiggins gets any points from the outside a little bit. He's been a force, and Boston looked really good in that fourth quarter. Really. So
that's the thing with the Williams. They had both Williams had 15 combined rebounds. Bri 52-26 in the paint. I point that out because there wasn't a great 3-point disparity. It was 15 for 40. I think the Warriors were, and the Celtics were 13 for 35. Pretty close. Not what we're used to in these games. We're used to one team going 10 for 29 and the other team going 16 for 26 or something. So the 3-pointers were even. They're getting beat up in the paint.
I think that happened right in the last game too, right? Was that game 2 and game 3 where the 3-point shooting has been roughly even. So it's interesting. But the rebounding just killed them. That's why I thought during that game, even though Looney necessarily wasn't as good in that game as he was in game 2, but I thought you got to get some height out there because they were just getting, but Williams, Horford, and the other Williams were just beating them up there and just grabbing all those rebounds and getting second chances. So
Harry Horford killed us again. It killed me at over 11 and a half. He had 7 with like 4 minutes left in the first quarter. And then five left in the third.
7:26 left in the third. He made the layup for 11.
Man, bro.
All right, so let's say goodbye to that game. Let's look at the rest of the series. Celtics -230 to win this series and the crown. Obviously, 2-1 lead. They have another game in Boston before going back to Golden State. So -230 plus 185 for the Warriors. MVP race has Tatum at -110, Curry plus 190, and that Jaylen Brown plus 410. Well, that went up. Wasn't that in the threes this morning? I think that was in the threes.
Why would that go up? That's
I
weird,
don't know.
But
it went up a little bit. But I know you guys had him, Parlay Kid, Brother Bri, for the Eastern Conference MVP. Certainly put on a clinic. There's talk in our text chain that he might be a top 5 player in the East, to which Parlay Kid, you say, too bad for the East if that's the case. But plus 410 for MVP. I still say they give it to Tatum if he fights.
You're right.
And they win
You're
this, right? I don't know.
But if people listen, that Bri had a great one there with Brown in the first quarter. Highest score.
Really good.
What was that, 460, Bri?
Plus 460. He had
great call.
17 in the first.
Really good.
We gave out some great
winners last game. Yeah.
Great picks.
That was nice. That was nice. Well, let's keep it up. As I said, 4-point favorite Boston is. 214 is the over-under. I'm going to do it again. We're trying to give out winners here, right? At this point, you've heard everybody analyze the games. Go to Stephen A. Smith. Go to Mad Dog Russo. Go out there. You want to pretend that they want to pretend they know what Klay Thompson's going to do this next game? Go for it. Go crazy. There's no evidence that he's going to shoot off the charts or like he did in game 1. So do yourself a favor. Take the posts here, both sides. Warriors minus 9.5, plus 460. Boston Celtics minus 9.5, plus 192. All first 3 games, that one of these is hit, so you're getting plus money back, including the first 3. 9 of the last 12 Celtics games have been decided by double digits. 9 of the last 10 Warriors games. 9 of the last 10 Warriors games have been double digits. This is as predictable as the weather in Phoenix right now. Take both minus 9.5, both sides. You'll get a plus your way. Parlay Kid, you're going to narrow it down a little. The first quarter and third quarter Warriors seems to be the best play on the board.
Well, I'm going to be taking the first quarter with the Warriors. I think we're going to get a strong effort in the first quarter. 2 out of the 3 games in the series, they've actually won the first quarter. And I think 4 out of the last 5 games, they've won the first quarter. They normally come out fairly strong. And I just think after rebounding from what was really a miserable first quarter, which they could never, well, I guess they did recover from in the third quarter. But I think a stronger start is definitely in order for the Warriors here in a game that really is a must-win for them. So I think a strong start is likely to happen for them here. So I'll take them at slightly plus money here. Taking them. I think it's, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong here, but it's something like plus 108 or so, plus 104, something like that for the quarter. So let's take the
Warriors are actually plus 120 for first quarter.
Is that what
I'm
it is
seeing
now?
Yeah, okay. That's what I'm seeing. I don't know how these are so. Celtics minus 148 for the first quarter. Like, these numbers are a little inflated. I told you I like the Warriors that all year. They've been great third quarter. They're plus 106 for the third quarter, but Parlay Kid going Warriors first quarter, just to have the lead. Bri, you like that third quarter we're talking about.
Yeah, I love the third quarter. Yeah. I mean, in the third quarter too, they're getting a half a point at minus 105. I will say there are a lot of different adjusted lines you could take too. FanDuel offers a ton of like third quarter. I feel like this is the most I've ever seen. There's a lot of third quarter adjusted lines. Like, you could take them minus 4.5 at plus 245. You could actually take them to win the quarter by like 13 or more and get crazy odds. But I mean, we talked about we've done this one before. But Golden State has just been phenomenal, right? They've been the best team in the NBA in the third quarter. They've actually been even better in the playoffs in the postseason. They outscored the Celtics by 8, 21, and 14 in these 3 games in the third quarter. So like I said, I'm taking them. They essentially just have to tie this third quarter for me to win this bet, but I would definitely look at some adjusted lines. I mean, I will say again, because they're in Boston, this is probably a game in Boston that they probably can't be up by more than a few points to win this probably in the third. So, but I do think, but if they're down a few points at half, I think this is golden, this one.
You said it. FanDuel's got, I mean, I can't believe how many third quarter bets they have.
Right, crazy. I've never seen so many.
I mean, they have like 100 if you go by.
Right.
I mean, you could take Golden State by exactly 8 points at 28-1 in the third quarter. Warriors 14 or more in the third quarter. Now, we'll see like a lot of 36-11 for third any quarter, Warriors 14 plus 23-1 odds to win by 14 plus. That's not bad. Holy crap. All right, Harry, now go ahead. Hit us with your minus 180, whatever this is.
Whatever Celtics is right now, that's right. I'm taking the Celtics money line again, like I did yesterday. Look, I loved how Parlay Kid mentioned Tatum a little banged up, but I loved how aggressive he was. When he took the ball to the rack, he got fouled. He made easy baskets. Robert Williams, again, down low. He's been efficient this whole series. I think he's 9 for 10 from the field. And he's got, like I said, like 14 blocks in 3 games. But I did say that Smart would bounce back from his 2-point performance in game 2 against Golden State. He was fantastic last night. He had 24, 7 and 5. He was great. And I just think that, Klay Thompson finally came off the shelf and had a nice game, but still wasn't enough. And Curry a little bit banged up too. They just don't have any scoring inside. Looney at 6'9" is the tallest guy, but he's no threat on the offensive end, especially on the road. Draymond is nothing on offense. I just think it's too much here, and the Celtics are too good, and they get it done, and they go up 3-1.
All right, minus 168. It's down.
That's worth it.
Good job.
Don't lay the points.
Right. There you go. All right, Parlay Kid, he mentioned Smart, and you like him. We'll go to player props. You like him over 4.5 rebounds.
Yeah, so I'm hoping I'm not going to the well once too often here with this bet. Kind of like the way I went to the well once too often with my Tatum over rebound bet yesterday, over 6.5, and he fell half a rebound short there with 6. I did have Smart for EP over 3.5 rebounds at minus 142. Now at over 4.5 rebounds, you're getting even better value for a guy that, boy, oh boy, I think 8 of his last 9 of his last 10. He goes over for almost every single game that he plays. So again, I hope I'm not going to the well once too often with this one, but at plus money here with Smart over the 4.5 rebounds, I'll take it. He's a gritty player. He finds a way to pretty much put a decent stat line up in all phases of the game, whether it's points, rebounds, and assists, with the exception of game 2, where he was miserable. But he's normally right in that stat line mix. So I'll take over 4.5 rebounds. It's won every single time for me, whether it's 3.5, 4.5. It's hit every time.
I got to say, I'm impressed with and I'm not just saying this because FanDuel writes us a huge check every month. No, they take care of us, but I'm impressed with all these. They still have like series highest assist average, highest. Steph Curry's like series highest 3-point average made minus 4,000. What was that? Was that a plus to start?
It was plus. I had pluses
That's right.
on. I had plus on that, and plus for him to be the high scorer of the series. To start.
Wasn't it plus 130?
Yeah, plus 130 sounds
plus 135.
Right. And so highest points per game average, he's at minus 1350.
Crazy.
This is a guy who might not play. It's so crazy.
It's crazy.
Absolutely I did have Looney for rebound average. He's at the top at plus 130, and I'm going down here. Yeah, Curry, Tatum rather is at assist.
Looney's at plus 130 right now, Sal?
Yeah, to lead
you
for
gave him out at plus 180, right?
Here's something.
I think I did. Yeah.
Here's something though.
He was second. Yeah.
I think that's really hurting the Warriors though. I know he was okay last game, but the drop off from Poole. What has happened? Like,
he had 10 points. He wasn't that good. He didn't shoot.
He was okay.
He had a minus 2. Yeah.
But remember how good he was, like in that Memphis series. Like, we're like, wait, man, this Warriors team seems unstoppable because you had Curry, Thompson, Wiggins, Poole. You had 4 guys, and now you feel like they have Curry, Wiggins,
and not guaranteed that anyone else shows up the
Thompson,
long way.
And Poole really non-existent. What's happened? Like what?
Well, that's what you look at, because you look at it, their lineup, and Wiggins at 18, Curry at 31, Thompson at 25. So that's 74 out of those guys. Like, all right, that's not terrible, right? You would take that, right? Averaging 25 between the 3 of them,
right?
But you need someone else to step up. You need a Poole. You need it's not going to be Iguodala. I don't know. Porter. I don't know who's going to step up.
I don't know.
I think that's why everyone's so down on the Warriors. Bri, what do you like as a player prop? You like Tatum, the assist leader in this series, to keep it going for this game?
Yeah, I was looking at him at most assists plus 240. And the way these games have been going, I feel like this game, the most assists, I feel like it's either going to be Tatum at plus 240 or Dre at plus 300. I mean, everybody else is around, hovering around 4 or 5 a game. I don't see them getting a lot more. But Tatum's been the best facilitator in this postseason for the Celtics. He's averaging 8+ in this series. His shooting has been off. He's just he's struggled in these series so much shooting. So he's not afraid to distribute the ball. So he's always hitting some of these guys for wide open threes. He's going to have the ball in his hands the most of any player aside from Steph here. So I like the number at plus 240, especially because he had games of 9 and 13. I think, he's going to average, I think, close to 8 again in this one.
All right. Harry, you've done this one before, right? Jaylen Brown over 2.5 threes.
Yeah, I've done it a few times, and it's usually come in. It's at minus 150 over 2.5 threes. 3 in game 2. He was 4 for 8 last night. And again, with Brian's pick and taking him most highest score in the first quarter, he jumped out right off the bat. 2 3-pointers in the first 5 minutes. So, he's done that a lot in the playoffs where he hits a couple in the first quarter. So really don't have to worry too much. I think 150 is, laying 150. I think it's a bargain with him to hit.
I know you do. Of course, that's all you think right now. You can't look at anything under minus 150 anymore. It's amazing.
Hey, my extra points pick today was Zabinajad at plus 186 to score a goal. I jumped down with Brian. No luck.
All right.
Lost.
All right. That one.
I think
so you'll never take another one again. I know.
Jaylen Brown, I think first quarter is 6.5 tomorrow, something like that.
Yeah.
First quarter scoring.
To lead the score. All right.
His over under is like 6.5 points in the first quarter, which is interesting. He always seems to have good first quarters.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm going Wiggins over 16.5 points. I think, I'm not joking around. I do think Warriors minus 9.5, Boston minus 9.5, the way to play this. But I do think the Warriors win this. And it goes to the 7th game. Eventually, they'll trade the next 2, and then I'll go 7 and go back up to San Francisco. Wiggins, though, over 16.5 points. He's averaging 17. He's averaged 26 against Boston. 17 or more in 8 of 11. I trust him more than I do a Klay Thompson type or any of those bench players we mentioned to step up. We know Curry's going to get his points. So that's my play right there. Wiggins over 16.5. Do all these props. Get it together on FanDuel Sportsbook because the NBA Finals are here. And that's where you have to score big right there. FanDuel Sportsbook throughout the NBA Finals. FanDuel is giving new customers $200 in free bets guaranteed when you place your first $5 bet the money line, bet point spreads, player props, and so much more. Plus, you can combine your bets for an even bigger payday with a same game parlay. Yes, just sign up with promo code Against All Odds. If you haven't tried FanDuel, now's the perfect time to give it a shot because the only thing sweeter than watching the finals is cashing in on all the action. Join today with promo code Against All Odds. Turn a $5 bet into $200. Free bets, win or lose. Make every game feel like Game 7 with FanDuel Sportsbook. FanDuel, the official partner of the NBA. All right, let's go NHL. Boy, it's so new. Right now, they have the odds up for Game 6. Rangers at Lightning. Lightning minus 182. Woo! That's big to close it out. Plus 150 on the Rangers side. You know what, Spaghetti? I'm taking your Rangers. I think we're going to get... It was still 2 hot goalies. I don't care what happened at the end there. I still think I'm going Igor. Why not? It's a coin flip between these two. And so why not take plus 150? There you go. I'm not expecting you to feel any better about that, Parlay Kid. What do you think? Lightning close it out, or you like the Rangers?
Well, I had the Rangers tonight, Sal, as my EP pick of the day.
Right.
Karma has it that when you got a dirtbag like Trouba out on the ice, and this is the thing. We gave Trouba the benefit of the doubt with all these other hits, but as it turns out, they were probably all pretty dirty.
Really? Wow, you're looking back now.
Well, after watching, I had a lot of,
Take your Penguins jersey off, Parlay Kid.
No, I was rooting. Look, I wanted the Rangers tonight, and I think that was karma. The Rangers did not deserve to win that game. That was a really.
What did he do? He led Spaghetti. What did he do? He led with an elbow again.
Trouba was trying to hurt somebody tonight.
Yeah.
He was trying to hurt somebody tonight. There's no doubt. Yes.
Yeah. Spaghetti, is that true?
I don't agree with that. I don't think that player is a guy. He's too talented and too skilled to try to hurt people. I think he's just a guy that he's a physical presence in a sport that's waning. And I think that people see him, he's the way he's skating and his elbow is out. And sure, he probably would have been called with a 2-minute elbow if he contacted with this hit, but he didn't. And I think that, the other hits, the other weird hockey plays that are kind of plaguing him this postseason, when you have certain people from a certain city constantly tweeting about it months later, it's always going to stick around. But I don't see Jacob Trouba. He was not that player in Winnipeg. I think there's something wrong with the guy with an edge.
Really? All right. I honestly, I think Trouba could enter the ice with a machete and Spaghetti would be like, that's just how he is. I don't know. Let's just swing it around.
No, I thought, we saw he was leading with that elbow big time.
He loves doing that's his move. That's his finishing move.
That's it. And I after that today, I said, you know what? I hope the Rangers lose this game, even though I had them for.
Wow.
That's how I felt.
All right.
It's just
Brother Bri, is that how you feel?
I thought that one was a little dirty, but Palat did a great job of ducking underneath that one.
Yeah,
I think it was Palat.
Well, everybody's ready for it. That's why.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely have to keep your head up against him. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But my feeling, Sal. But getting back to the game, I think I'm thinking Tampa wraps this up at home.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Rangers play a very spirited game. In Game 6, I mean, these games are all close. So I don't see a blowout either way. But they stole one tonight. They
really
right?
did.
I mean, they were anemic in the first period tonight, Tampa, and they still won this game.
Three shots.
First
period, Darren.
Three shots. That's what I mean. It was certainly lacking, but they dominated that last stretch of the game and. This is a team that they smell blood, and I think they wrap it up here, Game 6. They'll be
Rangers defense wasn't bad. I mean, it's got to find the
offense.
No,
it was very good.
This is two games and a period where there's offense has been disappearing.
Yeah, but you got Vasilevsky's feeling much better about himself now too. So I think it's going to be hard for the Rangers to overcome.
Hey, what Spaghetti Hench said Vasilevsky, and now it's going to be different. What was he before tonight to win the Conn Smythe?
I think he was 10-1 at the time of our recording, which is about 2 hours before
so it'll
drop.
Be 7-1 now.
Yeah, but his point was really good in that if the Lightning, I believe Hench actually still has the Rangers winning the series, but which is not going to win. But he said if the Lightning did advance and that obviously they'd play the Avalanche, that Kucherov or Stamkos or Hedman they're not going to win the Conn Smythe if the Lightning hoist the cup. It would be Vasilevsky because obviously you're playing a team
probably like true
the Avalanche who are going to pepper the crap out of him, and they're going to they score 5, 6, 7 goals a game. So I think it was a great call by Hench.
That's not bad. I don't see the odds, but Brian, what do you think it'll be about 7-1 or something?
I think it might be less.
I mean, they're plus 195 to win the cup.
I could literally see it being like 4-1 right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
4 or 5-1.
Wow. So it cuts in half.
Seems like what it's going to be now after today's game.
If you want, you could take Lightning 4-3 plus 340, or the Rangers 4-3 plus 410. That's fun. Otherwise, Lightning are minus 490 for the series. The take back for the Rangers is 4-1 just for this series. Harry, how do you see this Game 6 shaping up?
You know what? I'm a little bit on your side, Sal. I think
why not?
The goalie position's been fantastic for the Rangers. They gave up the late goal, but still played fantastic. I just gotta find the offense. Somebody's got it's Zinabad.
Go to UFC.
There we go.
That's so funny.
Fox. They have been invisible the last 2 games, so just gotta break. Get a goal on the road to start the game, and then roll with it there.
That mispronunciation is great, just because it's great, but also because nobody heard the 10 minutes leading up to this podcast where Harry was going to pass on saying another UFC name that he couldn't pronounce.
That's my bedtime tonight, Sal.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Go to sleep. All right. Bri, I don't think we got to you for Game 6.
I mean, I would look at the Lightning with an adjusted line here. I think -1. I think you got to kind of play that, minus 182 is a lot to give, I think. And you said this before, if you're going to take them to win,
don't take the plus 1.5. Don't take the plus 1.5. Whatever you do.
Take the -1. I like the -1.5
like
plus 1. Plus 146.
I mean, this game was a perfect example. It was the neck and neck, and up until 2 minutes left.
Rangers were going to lose one
still
at home,
a team won by 2 goals. Yeah.
Yes. I will say I did think we were watching this game, and I was like, "Holy shit, Julie's going to get this right. It's going to be 0-0. It's going to be 0-0 at 80-1."
Julie Stewart-Banks had that. We put a little bit on that. Yeah, 0-0. Yeah, interesting. It was close for a bit. Anyway, all right. Hey, let's take a quick break. Then we'll get the Sharp Tank. Then we'll get the hell out of here. All right, Sharp Tank, Saturday, Sunday bets. There's no basketball this weekend unless you count Friday and Monday as a weekend. No NBA game Saturday or Sunday. The only playoff game is this Lightning Rangers, which is Saturday. And Harry, do your best to give out a best bet for that. What's your sharp
All right, let's go. Come on, Eddie. Don't lose faith just yet. I'm going to go at plus 205. FanDuel already has the odds up for if you want to score an anytime goal. I'm going to start. Let's go plus 205. Mika Zibanejad I got it right. Score a goal.
You slowed it down
on Saturday. He leads the Rangers in points in the playoffs. He leads the Rangers in goals scored in the playoffs. Let's get one early. Let's get this in at plus 205.
All right, Eddie. Come on. You can get behind that, right? If anyone's going to score in the Rangers, right? No good?
Yeah. I mean, if they do decide, if they decided, no, I mean,
let's get that first line going, man.
In terms of Harry's bet, it makes sense. Mika obviously is on the first line of the power play. He plays in the top line of the team. I mean, yeah, it makes sense for him from that left circle. Sure. I can see him scoring a one-timer. I'm not sure if it's going to happen. But in terms of betting on someone, I think it's good.
Not now. It's
get that first line going, Ed.
At this point, I'm not sure if I'm going to watch the game. So Harry, just text me if that bet hits after. I'll turn my phone on like 3 hours after game time.
What do you got to watch with a Pittsburgh fan? Just watch with Damashek. It's really.
It's not even Dave. I said Dave by name. It's really not. I mean, Dave's annoying with the Vontaze Trouba stuff. It's like, I mean, it's like he's a big fan of speaking stuff into existence, and he'll just harp on it over. And like, but Dave's a good broadcaster. I'm not getting on his case. Like, he's funny. It's fine. I really have no ill will. It's like the people who get paid to cover the team who are like sitting up at like midnight East time who are screaming, crying over this guy. It's like you did not belong. You got beat. You lost. Like, just move on. They're just such losers.
But I think though they have one reason to watch at this point, and that's for the Rangers to go down and for Trouba to go down, right? If you're a Penguins fan, I don't know. I can kind of understand.
I mean, we beat the Hurricanes 4 games. We still won 2 games. We're 6 games beyond Pittsburgh. It's just like, you give me a break already.
All right. We'll give you a break. All right. Now UFC, what is it? What number is this? 275. Brother Bri, wow, we have to share. This is a good card coming up, right? Shevchenko.
Solid.
Yeah,
solid.
It's one of those. It's funny. Like when you're first looking at it, you're like, yeah, this is an awesome card. I mean, the undercard's okay. The 2 other, 3 of the fights are good. I mean, because you have Joanna Jacek versus Yang. I mean, that rematch in and of itself should be a headliner. I mean, the fact that that's one of the greatest fights we've ever seen. That's fantastic.
That's not even the woman's main event.
No, that's the third. That's the third fight.
Right.
So, but I'm taking for my best bet. I'm taking Valentina Shevchenko, my girlfriend. I love watching her fight. By KO or submission at plus 125. She's minus 720 to win. I don't think you could really do anything with that. You could essentially, you could parlay her. I don't see her losing at all. But she's fighting Santos, who's never been stopped. But if you look at the quality opposition, it's so much different. The woman she's beaten, it's so much different. I would normally take Shevchenko by KO at plus 250, which I think I gave out as best bets recently. I'm always a little nervous. She's so close to getting some submissions in the last couple of fights. I think 3 of her last 4 have ended in KOs rather early. And, Shevchenko, if she's facing somebody who's not the elite, she usually ends them pretty early. And she's the type of fighter I feel like she can do what she wants. Like the only thing I will say is if, sometimes she's almost like, I need to get 5 rounds of work in, in this fight. But I think this is one she ends like in the 3rd round. So I would take her at KO or submission at plus 125.
This is a regular time card. Is this in Singapore? No. Did I see Singapore Arena or something? I thought I saw Singapore Arena.
I saw that earlier too.
Yeah, but it looks like everything's a regular time.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Interesting. Wow.
Yeah. Very interesting.
I don't even know what continent Singapore is in. I should look into that. All right. Parlay Kid, you also like fight on this card.
Yeah, this like Brian said, it's a pretty solid card. I don't think it's great, but it's solid nonetheless. My first thought was going with JJ there in the one female fight. She hasn't fought in some time though.
JJ Jastrzemski? I don't think he's up for this. He's gonna get his ass kicked.
Yeah, she would kick his ass. Yeah. But I'm going to stick with the main fight here, Teixeira Prohaska. I have it going over 1.5 rounds at minus 138. Teixeira knows how to stay around in fights, right, Bri? I mean, he's actually I've never seen a guy get better with age like this guy has gotten. So I'm going to roll with that he can hang in there with Prohaska, who's a pretty heavy favorite in this fight. But, Teixeira is just a wily veteran. He can hang in there for a round and a half, and I'm a winner at -138. That's it. I'm not sure. I think Prohaska wins the fight. But Teixeira, I think Brian will tell you, we've probably gotten more fights wrong with him than almost any other fighter in the UFC in terms of winning or losing a fight, especially as of late. He's been very difficult to bet on because he keeps winning as he's getting older. He's getting better. So I think he can go. I think he can go pretty much go the distance in this fight. But I'm just looking at over a round and a half at -138. So,
all right.
Yeah,
you might be right.
Brian, you like that? You like that?
I do. I mean, there's a chance. I mean, Prohaska's the only thing. Prohaska is so scary when he comes out early because he's one of those guys. He's looking to knock you out in the first 5 seconds of a fight, which is a little scary. But if Teixeira can get him down to the ground,
right,
like even once in the round or early in the fight, then he'll be in pretty good shape. I think the last fight against Reyes, I think Prohaska knocked him out like late seconds. So.
Right.
I like that. I don't know if Mikey likes it. I
was just going to say, Mikey Meatballs, jump on. Are we missing any of the car? Anything jump out at you or one of the fights that we've gone over?
I actually like Teixeira a lot in this fight. Teixeira is 8-2 in his last 10, 6-0 in his last 6, and he's had a pretty good resume over the past 6. So I think he's closer to like a DC at this age than a Shogun. So I do like him at the plus money.
And you don't, so you like this to go over a round and a half then, Michael, right? Because you don't see Teixeira.
Yeah, no, I like it over. The only, thing that I could see happening is somehow it goes to the ground and
submission.
Yuri's not ready for a type of grappling match, but I do like it to go over.
All right. I think I've hit my last 2 with Bri in these pugilistic contests. So both boxing, right? And so I'm gonna stick with you, Bri. Yeah. You might be right too. Don't thank me. I just
smart move.
I like Brian's pick a lot. I like Brian's pick a lot.
Shevchenko by KO or submission plus 125 which is probably better than the -720, which I'm going to lay and parlay with every stinking thing I can find on Saturday.
Nice.
For sure. But that will be my Sharp Tank pick. I want you to go to extrapoints.com/arcade. Join our prop culture, June prop culture. Are we in June already? For God's sakes, this is the last shot you have at it. Go get it. Go get that gold cap, Brother Bri. You can't just keep winning boxing and UFC fights. You have to get that cap. Otherwise, what's even worth it anymore?
Have you seen is Harry wearing his cap right now?
I am.
He is, yeah.
What happened to that hat?
He was chewing on it at the bar. I don't know.
What happened to that hat?
Yeah, that is very strange shape you have there.
What's wrong with it?
Bri, would you take that deformed cap over no cap?
It's that Arizona. It's that Phoenix.
Yeah, I got
Arizona Sun, Parlay Kid.
It's got bubbles in it, right? It's got like rolls. I mean, that would be like your midsection, right? It actually has rolls. The cap. I can't even explain what's going on. If you took an iron to it, it wouldn't
Arizona
help.
Sun. I'm telling you.
Arizona Sun. It's got love handles. Unbelievable.
Exactly.
All right, there you go. I got to get Harry out of my basement. That'll do it. The Parlay Kids.
I'm going to bed.
That's it. You're out.
I'm out. Lights are going off.
That'll do it for another episode of Against All Odds. For poor Eddie Spaghetti, for Mikey Meatballs, for Scott the Grizz Holmes, and the Degenerate Trifecta, I'm Sal saying so long and happy handicap.